Hi everyone, I'm Abby, and today we're going to look at the kettlebell swing, and I'm going to break it down into a few different steps. The first is the hike, the second is the dead swing, and the third is the regular kettlebell swing. So for this, you will need a kettlebell. I like to start out with something a little bit lighter than I know I can handle. For this, I'll just use a 25 pound, which just for reference is about half, a little less than half of what I typically swing when I'm in the flow. So for this, you may remember the deadlift when my feet started right in front of or to the side of the kettlebell. And then I hinged back, came up, and I didn't move the bell really from that up and down plane. For this, I'm going to start with my feet significantly farther away from the bell, and then I'm going to hinge back. But instead of reaching for the bell underneath me or between my feet, I'm going to reach out in front and tilt it towards me. And then from there, I'm going to hike it and come back. So this is it. This is not it. This is the first step. This is just the hike. And for the hike, I'm trying as best I can not to move anything except for my arms. So my hips, knees, and feet are staying where they are. And I am just pulling that bell back and letting it go forward. Same sort of position for the spine as my deadlift, shoulders packed, spine in a little bit of extension or back bend, and then core also supporting, but not rounding my spine. So that's the first stage, is the hike. Once we've gotten to the hike, then we can go up to the actual swing. So hike is, I'm going to add to that. So now I'm doing a dead swing where I'm kind of pausing at the end of each swing, coming back to where I started. So I have the hike plus the standing, which is a similar action to that deadlift, if you'll remember the deadlift, but I'm moving my arms forward. So strong shoulders, strong back, pull back, hike, push up. So to stand, I am pushing my hips forward by engaging my glutes and my hamstrings. I'm not lifting the bell with my arms. It should kind of float up there. You're thrusting your hips forward and letting the bell fly up to about shoulder width, or shoulder height, rather. All right. If I then want to start connecting the swings with each other, so the more cardiovascular focused kettlebell swinging, I'm going to start out exactly the same way, but instead of coming back and resting the bell on the ground after each swing, I'm just going to keep on swinging. So still starting out nice and mindfully, hips back, shoulders packed, hands holding the bell. And then I'm going to come back each time to that hinge position. Thrusting my hips forward triumphantly and letting the bell float about shoulder height. Good times. So start out with a little bit less weight than you think you can handle. Make it as perfect as you can. Make it clean and crisp. And then gradually you can start to increase weight if you want to. You don't really have to go that high to feel like a lot is happening. Things to keep in mind, make sure that your lower back is happy. If you go too heavy, your low back may start to round a little bit, and that's not great. So making sure that you can still keep a little bit of that arch in your low spine, but can still feel really strong, and you're not overdoing it with the weight, and your spine is not overflexing. So there you have it, the kettlebell hike, dead swing, and swing.